This episode is part of a special series featuring participants from Changing the Face of Improv Leadership, an unscripted project that focused on identity in improv by training and mentoring emerging improv teachers from historically excluded communities. In this project, each new teacher learned how to design and lead their own improv sessions during the Unscripted Leadership Workshop. Then they received one-on-one mentorship with an established improv leader who had a shared similar identity or experience, and it culminated with hands-on learning by each participant leading a free improv session with their own identified community. In this series, we're capturing their stories, what brought them to improv, how the program has shaped their leadership and artistic perspectives, and what they envision for the future of improv. I hope you enjoy this excellent conversation.
Improv Saves, World Agrees. This week's issue.
Small town girl comes into the big improv world and explodes.
Whippersnapper comes to teach but learns his lesson.
Welcome to Improv Saves, World Agrees, a special edition. I'm the host, Mike Garvin, and I wanted to introduce myself. Well, not to you, Bill. I know you, but just next to you, Emery Whitiker, Bill Hillsman. Thank you for joining us in Improv Saves World Agrees. That, by the way, is a very bold statement at the top of this to say Improv Saves World Degrees. And that's just the kind of improv podcast we are. We are making the bold statement that that's how powerful improv is. Emery, I don't know, how long have you been improvising? When did you come to improv?
Well, in the year of our Lord, 19.
Yes. There we go. That's the level we want to take
I guess kind of like most of my life, and then exclusively since I've been living here in Tennessee, about 3 years.
Excellent. Well, how long have y'all been working together?
A little over a year, maybe.
I think so, yeah. It would have been in like the summer/fall last year. So
we met over at 50 Forward, and he just kind of grew on me. You know, like a nice rash.
Like a nice rash. That's right.
The good rash. The good rash. Yeah. Well, speaking of 50 Forward, as you just mentioned that, for the listeners at home, what is 50 Forward? What is that organization?
Well, 50 Forward is basically like a senior center, community, social place for people over 50. They can go in and participate in many clubs, activities. There's improv, of course. They have like a sewing, knitting class. You can go in, and I took Tai Chi. They have woodworking, jewelry making. There's even a beauty shop that the guys and gals could go in and get services done for a minimum price. And they also have the Donelson Cafe that has excellent things for lunch.
This is a big advertise. I would like to just conclude this meeting and go hang out there.
Yeah, I need to get a check from their marketing department.
Right? Oh, darn.
Well, that sounds wonderful in general, but yeah. So an improv club or community has sprouted up there, and this is something that you've been instrumental in fostering at 50 Forward.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I moved here, like I said, and not very many friends, of course, but I'm open to learning things and meeting people. So a girlfriend of mine, we were riding down and we saw the 50 Forward, and I'm like, I wonder what that's about. So we went in and learned that there was all these different things we could become a part of. And improv was like, whoa. It was almost like the cosmos were starting to just open at that point. Like it was starting there, and it led me all the way to this point. And Bill was teaching the course at the time. So it was like...
And the Cosmos cross paths with Unscripted and Bill at 50 Forward. And yeah, and you were just not necessarily looking for improv. I love it when people find improv kind of by accident, by the way. That's some of my favorite stories.
Yeah, because Tai Chi was the thing that kind of got my attention. But, I just kept looking through the programs and I'm like, oh, they have improv? Like, what? Oh, that's different. So, of course, I had to see what it was about.
And amongst the members of 50 Forward, was improv something that everyone was gravitating towards? What's the life of improv at 50 Forward? What's the scene?
Well, right now we are rebuilding, I guess you could say, with a new group of people. When Bill was there was a group of folks, that was all into it, and some of them have gravitated into other things. But I feel like a core group of us have kind of stuck around, and we're just trying to rebuild it and bring in more people and get some folks interested. A lot of people over 50, I don't think they kind of see improv as a thing to do. So,
Yeah.
It was interesting, like a conversation we ended up having towards the end of my residency over at 50 Forward was a woman walked up to me and was like, "When does this end?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's supposed to go forever." And she said, "Oh, I like to do like one thing at a time, and there are other things I'm interested in doing too." And I was like, "Oh, well, this is going to go on forever. If you would like to do Tai Chi or otherwise, I would recommend it." But there seemed to have been some sort of misconception that improv was just going to happen and then disappear forever. And so the people that have stayed are the people that wanted it to stay.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. And thinking of improv, like in that space where you have different activities that are offered, like sometimes you do the other activities and you don't realize, but social stuff happens on the outskirts of that. It's like, I came here to, learn knitting or something. And then by virtue of that, maybe you meet someone there. And so these things become more of social connections by that. But improv is interesting because improv kind of forefronts the social aspect of the activity. It is like a 1,000%. It's like we are looking to connect with that other person. And so we are kind of removing the object in between us and putting fake objects in between us through our object work. And so I didn't know, sometimes people can be reluctant to putting themselves in that space. I don't know if y'all found that was sometimes the case.
Well, I'll speak to that point because it was surprising, but I've done most of my improv work with, generally speaking, people around my age, right? The 20, 30, 40 range. And meeting and working with people who are older than that, I was surprised to find that most people, because they already have themselves pretty figured out, they've already lived a very rich life. Social interaction was not nearly the point of intimidation that it tends to be in other groups that I've worked with.
Oh, cool. That's
so people were like immediately very open, putting themselves out there in a way that I was not used to. It was a great group of people.
Do you find that to be the case, Emery?
Yeah, a lot more open. Our challenges are the physical, being able to stand for long periods or get down on the floor. Right now, I'm the youngest of the group, so I'm still in the position where I can hit the floor and do the jumps and kicks and, all the silly stuff, and they just enjoy watching.
Say, look at you.
But that is, and ideally in the same workshop, but the improv always aims to go at anyone's speed. Anyone's speed can join in. And so, being sensitive to that and being aware of that, how have the workshops been structured a little bit? What have y'all been putting together?
Yeah, well, at 50 Forward, we get every Thursday from 1 to 3. So we pretty much use as much of that time as we can, whether it's actually improving or just socializing, spending time, catching up with each other. So I would say at the least we spend an hour and a half improving, and then some of the other time socializing and making sure we're staying connected, with each other.
And then very specifically, very recently, outside of the context of the 50 Forward previous project, Emery launched a new workshop over at the library.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
With the
cool.
help of Bill and Emma and the Unscripted team. They allowed me to be a part of a leadership program so that I could learn some of the skills and, all the stage presence, I guess, whatever I would need to lead a group into, this future of improv. Maybe even host some shows and things like that. And so it's okay to talk about. But okay. So outside of that, we have a group called Improv Works. And so this 50 Forward group goes outside and we do once a month right now at the American Legion. And we put on our hour and a half improv shows and murder mysteries.
Oh, fun. Yeah, and it sounds as though we're building a community and it's spreading out in a lot of different directions out of that. And you, Emery, said after these workshops that you had and sort of taking on more of the task, coming to your own and being that in that position of leading some of these workshops, how have you felt yourself grow in those ways?
Oh, man. Well, like I was telling Bill at the show I did on this past Sunday, I'm just growing in confidence, surprising myself. The doors and windows that have been flying open and the opportunities, it's just like, wow, this thing is going so fast for me. And I love it. I love it. I like making people laugh anyway. So, I feel like anything that is meant for you, it should happen fast and easy.
And sparking joy, and you can sort of feel that momentum, and it just, Excellent, excellent.
Oh, Mom, no one came to my birthday party. They didn't even write me a card.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry, but you know what? Never fear, because I've got a whole line of people who are just waiting to wish you happy birthday.
Like a list of celebrities?
Yes, kind of. Well, you see, I've got all these videos from my favorite app. It's personalized videos from your favorite stars. I've got somebody doing a great impression just for you, Georgie.
Golly gee, Ma, thanks so much.
Yeah, with Shameo, you get personalized videos from your favorite stars, but you can't really tell if it's them or not. And sometimes it's people just doing mid-impressions. But here they are, all ready for you.
Georgie, this is Al. Happy birthday, buddy. Wishing you the best.
Hello, Georgie. This is Ebenezer Scrooge. Let me remind you to be kind and generous of heart, or you'll be visited by 3 spirits to teach you the error of your ways.
Georgie, Shrek wants to wish you a happy birthday.
Wow, Shrek's really phoning it in.
Shameo! That wasn't them, was it?
What are some of your favorite moments in improv, be it facilitating or in an improv space, like even an exercise? What are some of those moments in improv that you've had that are like, oh, these are just moments of joy and connection, and I'm having this experience of this feeling easy?
Well, I'm an emotionally driven person, so I really get into the games where we can add in those emotions, like our group loves to do an emotional newscast.
Yeah.
And so we've been trying to incorporate where there's like the 2 anchors and now someone in the field, just to add some ambience to that game.
For my own sake. And so in that game, you have, you get a couple anchors, you get maybe a weatherman or a sportscaster or something, but you're assigning like big emotions to each of these people, like from the...
Well, the whole group of them will have one emotion that they would, portray throughout, and then it'll change. As the game goes, the emotions will change. And it's just fun to watch the switch in the, like going from happy to depressed or,
if I may take a moment, sometimes people thumb their nose up at whose line is it anyway, and specifically the props game. That people think that that's very hacky, and I do not. I think that is quintessentially improvisational. You get an object, and you're saying yes and to that object, and it's like, what can I build on this? And you didn't say what that object was going to be. You got it handed to you. It's like a pure yes and moment that you're having with that object. I love the object game. That's fantastic. And what exercises amongst the people at 50 Forward would you say are sort of the ones that people are gravitating towards the most, and then what are some that maybe we've found are maybe a challenge amongst our 50 Forward crew?
Let's see, the ones we gravitate to the most, of course, like the emotional newscast type stuff. But then we also like the 145, walk into a bar and those types of quick, quirky things. But the ones I feel like we probably stay away from the most are the ones where, like, Foursquare, where they have to kind of remember each scene.
I am always sort of adjusting the length of my workshops, I feel, just depending on attention level that you start to see wane or wax at different points throughout the way. But I am curious about specifically working with an older demographic, because I have worked with a lot of young people and I'm finding attention to be a lot less. What is attention like amongst 50 Forward people, maybe differing from some of our younger phone-focused folks?
Working with that group of people, the focus and attention is a lot longer. They are way more attentive, and they pay attention to the details, as in, making sure the game was done this way, or, well, when I was taught it, this is how we played it, and versus the younger groups are more or less like, okay, we done that, what's next? It's like, all right, that was fun. What's next? So keeping them entertained, keeping a level where it doesn't get boring, and then everybody pulls out the phones. Whereas the older group, they're putting the phones down, and it's like, okay, what you got for us? make it right. So
well, great to hear that. Things are still going, and the best thing about improv, and the thing that we most encourage, is that it's not one-off things, that we don't do just things one at a time, but it sounds as though there is a community and support building up around the improv community stemming out of 50 Forward.
I love it. I feel like I've found my place, my people. I don't have to apologize for being silly or having some weird thoughts. And then you can even take those silly, weird thoughts and turn them into games and fun ways to do it. So I feel like I'm very much so in my community.
Yeah. And that's great to hear. So, and you described it as a silly community. And I would say, probably unfairly, someone hears that there is an improv workshop happening at a senior community. Maybe no one's thinking to themselves, this is the silliest thing in the world. But are they willing to be silly? Is there silliness happening?
They are willing to be silly, yes. Yes, we've gone over to other 50 Forwards and performed. We've performed for some of the board members for 50 Forward. And then, like I said, outside of that, the Legion and over with Unscripted. So they're willing to be very silly.
They're putting themselves out there in a big way.
Yeah. And, we're at that age where we don't care what people think anyway.
It's so interesting. I do many corporate workshops in corporate environments, and people who are just sort of like in the prime of whatever their work life is, and they're they're very self-serious, or they allow themselves to get silly in that workshop, but it's one or the other. Like they will or they won't. It's like they either leave and they say, thank you so much for giving us this time. We never get this time to be silly in our other life. But getting back, what are y'all looking forward to moving forward with 50 Forward?
Well, we are looking forward to possibly developing more improv groups in other 50 Forwards, because I believe the Donelson is the only one that has an improv group established. So we're hoping to establish some in other 50 Forwards, and possibly in other areas of the aging community, other senior centers, continuing our shows at the Legion and having people come out, anything that would encourage the community and grow.
So if you were describing, what was the journey like putting this together, Bill and Emery?
I'll say I had the easy part, having already worked with everyone for the last year. A part of that process was working with Emery and a few others on creating sort of like a Bible, which has all sorts of games and activities and exercises within it, and teed them up with like, all right, here's the Bible. You guys take it and run with it. So Emery invited me to come back to one of the in-person meetings, wherein they went through all of the processes that we had already done in our previous sessions together, including, I've got a pre-listed series of games. Here's what I want to focus on, etc. So I get to be there in person for them running it in their own circle. And come the day of the workshop, we got together like an hour-ish beforehand to review some of the materials that Emery was interested in. And of course, she over-prepared, brought all sorts of fun things to do. So a lot of our process was talking through, Emery, you have all of these things that you have experience in. Which ones are the most important to you today? Which ones would you let go if people are having a particularly good time? Emery had a lot of the knowledge and was very prepared to do it. Most of my involvement was just sitting down with the material and asking her which direction she wants to point things, and then just reiterating some things that she already knows, but just to put it back out there. What would you say your experience was, specifically, I think, for Donelson, the library?
The preparing, it was not as hard as I thought it would be, because working with Bill in the past, that made it a lot more comfortable. I wasn't so uptight about, oh God, is he going to judge me? Am I going to pick the right games? How is he, is he going to think that I don't know what I'm doing? But he just has this way of making you comfortable. And, he's not bad looking either. So.
Yes to all those things about Bill. He was an early improv teacher of mine, and I used to have to then teach and instruct in front of him, and I had those same feelings as well. I should be feeling nervous, but he's putting me at ease, and he looks good. I
know, right? So, of course, I'm a feeder. I love for people to eat. So I made sure there was some snacks and things of that nature, because, you can't give a person a bad review after you've eaten their donuts, But just having the access to that Bible that Bill, allowed us to put together, and then the resources that I got through Unscripted with the leadership program, I was able to, gather some stuff and put a decent agenda together, enough to keep the group of people entertained and, not feeling like this is boring. What are we here for? So I feel like, just the fact that I had the prior experience working with Bill and having to see how a leader can do it helped me a lot to prepare for the Donelson Library show.
Emery was prepared, and she was going to do this. Maya truly came in just to say, explain your thoughts to me. Those are good thoughts. I'd emphasize this. Go get them. Emery really went after it with a level of expertise that was very impressive.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you would be willing to admit this, Bill, but like, so you say you come in with the Bible, but even from your end, like, I imagine there are some things that's like that you've never applied your Bible to this particular community or this particular demographic before, and there's probably a lot of things that you picked up in the reverse direction about workshops.
Oh, absolutely. That's that's something that's important to recognize, especially when you're working with a community of people who have more lived experience than you, is that you only have a little bit of more experience in a very specific way. As Emery took control of the room and was working with this group of people, Emery has a certain attention to detail and ability to, monitor what people are fixated on and help shape and move them in that direction, so that they're back on track, but also to notice the things that are really sparking joy and lean into that. Emery is very tapped in with that specific community in a way that I am not, but that I got to start to do over the last year. It really was a completely different experience.
Yeah, and then us being taught by somebody like our grandchildren's age, like it's a really humbling experience to have to listen to somebody younger than you and understand where they're coming from, because he does have the expertise in that area that we are yet to get to. So it was a humbling experience and fun.
I think that is what it is. It was an environment of mutual trust, which I think is very core to improv. And so it was really nice to have just so baked into this group of people.
Building, communities of mutual trust. That's pretty good. You might even say that saves. Improv saves, and people agree, and that is perhaps the name of this very podcast that we are on today, and this is me trying to wrap a bow up on this a bit. Thank you so much for joining us on Improv Saves World Agrees. Bill, Emery, we'll talk to you all later.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
This has been another episode of Improv Saves World Agrees. Make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcast and follow at Unscripted Improv and at Improv Saves Podcast on social media. Improv Saves World Agrees is hosted by Mike Garvin, produced by Christina Ashworth and Emma Sapika, edited by Cammie York, mixed and mastered by Dave Strumfeld. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us for our next issue to find out who will agree next.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.